Hey everyone, welcome to TechWired. In this video, we are going to solve problem number 605, can place flowers. First, we will see the explanation of the problem statement, then the logic and the code. Now let's dive into the solution. So here I've taken an example. So we have a input array of flower bed and the number of plants to be planted, that is n, right? So here 1 represents plants and 0 represents an empty space. And I cannot place a plant next to a plant, right? Which means here I have a plant. I cannot place a plant next to a plant, right? I need to give a gap. So I need to place here. So I can only plant by giving a space between two plants, right? Which means I cannot place a plant next to a plant, right? And n is the number of plants that we need to plant. If we can plant all the plants, that is n, we need to return true. And if there are plants left in my n, right, after iterating through the input array, then we need to return false, right? Now we will see how we are going to do this. So here I have a I pointer, right? So first I will check whether it is an empty space, that is 0. So here it is 1. So I will move to the next element in the input array here. Now again I will check whether it is an empty space. Yes, it is an empty space, right? Since it is a 0. Now I need to check back and forth whether there is a plant or not in the input array, right? Now I need to check right and the left of that particular empty space if there is plant exist or not. If there is a plant, I will move, right? Because I cannot place a plant adjacent to the plants, right? So in this case, in the left side, we have a plant. So I will just move my I pointer to the next element. Now again, I need to check the left and right side of the particular empty space. So since there are empty spaces in the left and right, I can place a plant here. So I will make this particular element as 1. That is, I'm placing a plant, right? After placing 1 there, I will reduce my n. Now it is 0. Now I need to check if my n becomes 0, then I need to return true directly. I don't have to iterate through all the elements in the input array. So in this case, n becomes 0, I will just return true, right? So what if n was 2? After placing the plant, the n would have become 1, right? Now I need to move to the next element, right? So here 0 is an empty space. So I need to check left and right. They are not empty, they are planted. So I just move my pointer, right? And this is not a 0, I'll just move my pointer. Since that is not an empty space, I'll just move my pointer. I'm done with the input array, but we haven't planted completely. The n is not 0, so I will return false. This is a failure case, right? And there are two edge cases as well. What if my 0 is at the start and the end, right? I will show you guys this particular edge case in the code. So now we will see the code. So before we code, if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, please like and subscribe. This will motivate me to upload more videos in future, and also check out my previous videos and keep supporting guys. So first we'll write an edge condition where if n is already 0, we just return true directly. We don't have to plant any flowers, right? Then we will iterate to the input array, right? By taking the length of the flower bed. Then I need to check whether it is an empty space, that is 0, right? With that particular element is 0, I'll just proceed. Then I'm going to write the first edge condition. What if my index is 0? I don't have to check the left side right? Which means my starting element itself an empty space. So I don't have to check the left side, right? If I'm in the middle of the input array, then I need to check the left side, right? That is what I'm writing here. Then what if I'm in the end of the input array, right? I don't have to check the right side. If I'm in the middle of the input array, I need to check the right side, whether it is an empty space or not. That's what I'm writing here, right? So if all these conditions satisfied, then I will plant, which means I will make that particular 0 as 1 and I will reduce n. Then within the loop itself, I will check whether n is 0 or not, whether I have planted all the flowers. If I have planted all the flowers, I will return true. If I can't plant all the flowers, that means if my n is not 0, I will return false. That's all the code is. Now we will run the code. As you guys see, it's pretty much efficient. So the time complexity is order of n and space is constant space since we are not using any extra space, right? Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe. This will motivate me to upload more videos in future, and also check out my previous videos. Keep supporting. Happy learning. Cheers guys.